This week on Empire News, we take a look at upcoming sports information and baking ideas, and recap what's going on in the Empire land.
Empire News starts now. Hi, welcome to the second installment of the Empire News. I'm Joseph Puga.
And I'm Mario Calderon. We would like to thank you for tuning into our channel. Please subscribe to be notified when our next segment is published.
We would like to start this broadcast with the school announcements.
Here is some yearbook information for you seniors. Yearbooks are still available for purchase, but remember, prices will increase pretty soon. We are still doing dedication pages this year. Please submit payment, pictures, and text by March 12th. No late dedication pages will be accepted. Text and pictures can be sent to mbarcelos@farmersville.net. Payment must be made to Ms. Jones in the office. It is $125 per dedication page, which includes a yearbook. FAFSA workshops are going on now, and it is super important to keep updated with deadlines and procedures. The counseling department has set up times on the Aztec Empire, so log in and see what is available. That concludes any school news for this week. Let's take a look at the weather for next week.
This is the weather for Farmersville, California. I'll be showing pictures throughout the week.
Hear from Mr. Davis about sports teams that have competed recently.
It's going to be a new situation for us. We're going to be playing on the grass outside due to the COVID restrictions, but we're just happy to get a season in.
Last week, we received news from CIF, which is our state governing body, and they updated us that we would be able to start outdoor sports sooner than we first thought. They felt that there was a certain amount of cases that we've been moving towards as the cases have been moving down, and once we hit that threshold, we would be able to start outdoor sports. What that looks like for us, cross country was actually able to get started last week, as you can kind of naturally distance when you're running. Football will probably have their first game March 19th. Soccer is looking to start in the next 2 weeks. The numbers have continued to drop, and so essentially all outdoor sports look like they're going to happen. We've been working with some other schools for outdoor volleyball. We think that giving the opportunity for our student athletes, even though it's not indoors, the chance to play volleyball will be really awesome for our seniors and just give them that ability to still compete in their sport. We'd also look at outdoor basketball if the protocols haven't been updated by the time we get to basketball season. So essentially this week has been super busy as we plan to start all of our sports in the next month. So the updates have been huge in the last couple weeks.
It all started when I went to go see my sister race. I was cheering her on until her coach walked up to me. He was talking to me and trying to convince me to join cross country, but in my head I really didn't want to. I was thinking and thinking, but I still didn't want to join.
I really wanted my sister to join cross country because I knew how talented she is, and I knew what an impact she's going to make on the team too. Like, I kept convincing her, but like she's like, no, I don't want to. Like, what if I don't like it? What if I'm not good enough? But I knew it from the start. Like, she just had this spark in her. Like, I already know how she was going to be, and I ended up convincing her. She finally gave in. She's like, oh, fine, I'll do it. And then look at her now.
After so much convincing, I finally made a decision to join the team. It was my first practice and I got really bad side pains. I didn't like that feeling, so I didn't want to do this anymore. But I'm not a quitter, so I decided to stay. After a couple of practices, I had my first race. I told my coach I wasn't ready, but I ended up getting my first medal on my first ever race. When I joined, I never expected to earn a medal, especially on my first ever race. But as time passed, more practices and more races, I ended up loving to run. I pushed myself harder every day, and when our last race came, I was so close to running for state. Hopefully I can have one last season so I can make that change. I never expected myself to have a season like this, and never in my life did I ever think I would become a runner, and now I love the sport. I can't wait for the future and see where my running career takes me.
Our cross-country team has participated in 2 cross-country meets and so far has blasted through the competition.
My name is Tina Tafoya, and this event was here at Golden West. Good. It was a really good event, and this event was pretty one of the I don't know if it's hardest, but it was pretty long.
The Farmersville Cross Country Aztecs have the opportunity to put their months of practice into use at Golden West.
Honestly, for this the sports event for like throughout, I'm actually really happy because, you know, I was actually worried like if we just practice for nothing, like what was the point of use of training? And I'm glad we get to use it on something, as in like, you know, the track or out in the fields.
Congratulations to the Lady Aztecs who made it second place in the small school division. Great job, Aztecs.
Mi nombre es Madeline y hoy estaré haciendo un video de cocina. El platillo que prepararé hoy con la ayuda de mi mamá será enchiladas con salsa verde. Dejaré los ingredientes por aquí. Primero comenzaremos con pelar los 11 tomatillos. Seguido esto los meterás en un contenedor y comenzarás a lavarlos uno por uno. Ahora en una olla coloca agua hasta la mitad y mete los tomatillos. Déjalos en la estufa por 30 minutos a fuego medio. Mientras los tomatillos se cocen, pelarás 2 ajos y los cortarás en trocitos. Seguido esto cortarás la mitad de la cebolla. Ahora colocaremos la carne en un sartén caliente. Muévela para que ésta se disuelva y dejarás reposar por 40 minutos. Pasados los 40 minutos colocaremos la cebolla, ajo, sazonador y 3 cucharadas de nor de pollo. Ahora partirás la otra mitad de la cebolla. Colocarás limón, sal y pimienta. Por otro lado partiremos la lechuga. Pasados los 30 minutos retirarás el agua de la olla. Vas a colocar los tomatillos en la licuadora. Después cortarás más trozos de cebolla y los echarás ahí. Agrega también ajo y cilantro y 3 cucharaditas de nor de pollo. Licúa por 5 minutos. Ahora lavaremos 2 tomates. Después los picarás en trozos como tú quieras. Ahora pon las tortillas en el comal y espera unos segundos. En un sartén colocarás aceite y dejarás reposar. En otro sartén también colocarás aceite. Después de esto colocarás la salsa verde en el sartén. Menea la salsa por unos momentos. Ahora agarrarás una tortilla, primero la colocarás en el aceite y después en la salsa verde. Coloca la carne en las tortillas. Una vez que tengas la carne en las tortillas, enrollarás de esta manera. Después de enrollar las tortillas, echarás más salsa verde encima. Después, con los ingredientes que cortaste anteriormente, prepararás las enchiladas a tu gusto.
Today we're going to make St. Patrick's Day themed cake pops. What you'll need is cake mix, Pam, 3 eggs, water, vegetable oil, chocolate melt, cake pop sticks, a mixing bowl, and an oven-safe cake pan. First, we add the mix to our mixing bowl and add 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, and 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Then we mix. Next, we put Pam on the oven-safe pan and add the mix into the pan. We put the pan inside the oven at 350 degrees for around 35 minutes. Once we take out the cake, we let it cool for about 20 minutes. Then we put a few chocolate melts in a microwave-safe bowl and melt them for 1 minute. Next, we added green food dye and mixed. We got the stick and dipped the pointy side in chocolate, then put the stick in the middle of the cake that we crumpled up into a ball. Then we dip the cake pop in the chocolate and add small glitters, which is optional. And this is the final product.
Hi, my name is Houston Allen. I'm going to be showing you guys a couple tips and tricks for your Zoom meetings. Alright, to start off, you're going to want to open up your Zoom app. And then once you're here, you're going to be able to head on over to the settings bar. It's going to be on the top right. And then if you head to backgrounds and filters, these will pretty much turn your backgrounds into like a green screen. You could even upload any ones that you want, or you could even add little sticker things. And these are just the presets that they have, but you know, you can add any ones you want. And then if you also go to profile, you can change your little icon, your little profile picture. And that's pretty much it.
Glass.
Thank you, barkeep.
Where you from, boy?
I ain't no boy. Who's asking?
You remind me of a certain someone. Care to listen?
No.
Well, I'll go on anyway.
This is the story of a man named Django avenging his brother.
Keep the change.
And just like that, he was never seen again.
Nice story, old man.
Desserts are a great way to finish a meal. How better than to learn and create a nice and delicious flan? Let's see how our students prepare and create a local delicacy.
Today, I'm gonna be showing you how to make a flan. What you'll need is cinnamon, sour cream, 2 cans of condensed milk, 2 cans of evaporated milk, sugar, vanilla, 10 eggs, 1 cake mold, 1 oven safe bowl, and 1 mixing bowl. The first thing you want to do is get your oven safe bowl filled with water and put it in the oven at 350 degrees. And next, you're going to get 1 cup of sugar and put it in a pot on the stove at medium heat. You're going to stir for a while, and you cannot stop stirring or else the sugar will burn. After a while, the sugar will start getting into clumps like this. Once your sugar looks like this, you're going to add it into the mold and make sure all of the mold is covered in the melted sugar. While you let the sugar in the mold cool down, you are going to add 10 cracked eggs in the mixing bowl and mix until they are mixed well. You then will add your 2 cans of condensed milk, 2 cans of evaporated milk, 1 spoon of cinnamon, 2 spoons of sour cream, and mix them all. After they are mixed, you are going to add it into the mold. Once you finish filling it up, you wrap it in tin foil. You will then put the mold inside the bowl with boiling water and make sure the water does not go over the mold. Then you put the bowl inside the oven for 2 hours. Once 2 hours pass and you take it out of the oven, you let it cool down overnight, and here's how your flan will come out.
Again, thank you for choosing to watch the Empire News. Like and subscribe for more updates, and have a great one, Aztecs.